Namo tassa bhagavato arahato samma sambuddhassa. In this series on the Dhamma Sutta, today we have the sixth in the series, and the subject of the discourse is Majjhima Patipada. That is the middle path, the ordinary translation, but actually it means progression on the mid-course. That is what it is. We'll explain it now. Now in this course you have already heard about the two extremes. Dhamma Sutta starts with the two extremes and the middle path. So today our subject will be a discussion on the mid-course progression. Middle path is a fancy translation, but it doesn't really convey the meaning. Patipada, the Pali word Patipada, simply means progression. It's a mode of progress on the path of moderation and with assured progress, assured achievement and verifiable result. So that is what it is, the meaning. A kind of a mid-course progression with assured results, verifiable results, here and now in this very life. Now, this middle course or middle path, Majjhima Patipada, is Majjhima because it extremes. Majjhima means Madhyama, the mid-course, the middle. It's not just sitting on the fence somewhere in the middle. No, it's a higher middle where you transcend, go beyond both extremes type of religious practices which we mentioned last time. There are these two types of religious extreme practices. And you can see that throughout the world, in everywhere in the world actually, you can see this. Every religion is affected in some way or other, including Buddhism. The extreme form of Buddhism is black magic, tantric practices, and all that in the Himalayan kingdom, you see up Tibet and all that sort of thing. Even in our Himalayan, you see areas, the regions, you have these tantric practices going on. So now, this is a kind of aberration. Religion should ennoble a human being, should bring in light in the heart of the human being. But sometimes human beings are misled by number one reason being sensual pleasure. Just the temptation created by pleasure, temptation created by psychic power, temptation created by black magic of gaining all kinds of things, and all this all in the name of religion. So the Buddha said, if a person is really serious about spiritual development, which simply means two things: training and development. These are the two features that characterize spiritual life. What do we mean by that? Training the mind, training one's conduct, one's actions in such a way that one can be free from the involvement of karma. A karma, a volitional action has a certain potency, a certain power in the form of producing a result. And the result can be either bad or good. And they are verifiable, they can be seen here and now in life. The fact that there are hundreds and thousands of jails all over the world, hundreds and thousands of people are being hanged or killed or, capital punishment and all that sort of thing. Because these men who are now undergoing the suffering of capital punishment, they have killed somebody and now they are being killed by the state. So, yatha karmam tatha phalam. As one acts, so one receives a certain result. That's plain, you see, it's a plain fact. Everybody knows. But then, the human life is so complicated that they get involved nonetheless. Now, killing is a horrible thing, but human beings do that. They are involved in that. They kill small little creatures who are helpless and so on, anytime. Then stealing, cheating, and all kinds of corruption. These are all very evil form of actions which produce very painful results indeed. But then people give in to them. Sexual misconduct in so many ways, telling lies, carrying tales, backbiting, harming people, indulging in drinking, and then losing the mind. All kinds of deviant behavior and conduct. So spiritual life simply means as distinct from religious life. Because these things go on in the name of religion too. In the name of religion, many of these evil actions, criminal actions go on. There are even Devdasi system today. So you can see immorality, immoral action going on in the name of religion in the temple. So if one is serious, this is what Lord Buddha, in his very first discourse, where he candidly said, well, if you are serious and if you are sincere about your intentions, then two things are required. One is train yourself, meaning train your conduct, your actions, train your mind from where the actions spring, and train your understanding, the faculty of understanding, the faculty of knowledge, by which you have all, take all kinds of views. Train your understanding and thereby correct your views. So this is, in short, a triple program, a threefold program of training, where you are training your conduct and purifying your actions. You are training your mind through meditation and purifying your mind. You are training your faculty of knowledge, your understanding, and training your understanding in a way that you develop wisdom, which simply means the ability to penetrate into the reality of a thing and not be carried away by the appearances of things. A thing, an object, any object for that matter, for the eye, visible object, for the ear, sound, for the nose, smell, for the tongue, taste, for the body, touch, for the mind, concepts, ideas, views, beliefs. All these are the different objects which either mislead or lead a person, you see, to understand reality. So training, it is easy to say training, but what kind of training? It must be a right type of training. Not just training. Now there are people in the name of religion or even spirituality, they train themselves. But they don't go anywhere. They get stuck where they are. So training will have to be very objective, verifiable, in the sense you have got you can verify the result that you are progressing. So training must assure progress, which means progress in the direction of your objective. The objective is you train yourself to purify your action, to purify the mind, to purify your knowledge, your wisdom, purify your understanding. So that purification that you undertake should be verifiable, and that you are achieving it must be clear. So that is one process which is called spiritual training. The other is, the second process is development, which is part and parcel, or which goes together with training. You train for something. You just don't train for nothing. You got to be anybody who undertakes training of some kind in any direction, in any field, seeks a certain result. So here, in the spiritual field, the training must bring about development. And what is meant by development? Development of the same thing. Training in conduct simply means training in virtuous life. So the result, the development of virtue. If a person is cruel, he or she enjoys giving suffering to others in the name of pleasure, in the name of making fun and all that sort of thing. Now trains in a certain way, say through a moral program in moral development, moral purification. So now, by training yourself in moral purification, you can overcome that weakness of being cruel and become compassionate, the very opposite. So becoming compassionate is the result of the training, and that is development. Development of compassion through a certain compassionate action. If you are cruel by way of hitting people, killing, destroying life and all that, now you give up destruction of life, but you promote the well-being of life in all kinds of ways, as many ways as you possibly can, and by promoting the well-being of life, by practicing metta in action and speech, you will see that you are developing something that is very wonderful. You become a very compassionate person. You feel great pain and suffering by seeing the suffering of others. Your mind gets concerned only with the well-being of all, with the happiness of all. You are all the time seeking to benefit people rather than to harm and hurt people. So this training that you have undertaken by way of, let us say, training in virtuous conduct, Shila. Shila means virtuous conduct, moral purification. By training yourself in this program of moral purification, say the Pancha Shila for instance, is a program of moral purification which develops virtuous conduct, virtuous character, virtuous life. A person of virtue does not suffer from fear. That is the immediate benefit. A virtuous person, for instance, sleeps well, rises well, never suffers from any bad dream, and his face is bright and cheerful. Human beings love him. The non-human beings, the devas love him or her. So there you are. There, here and now there is the result. There is some benefit that accrues and that can be seen by everybody. That by training yourself in virtuous conduct, that is in a moral purification program, you develop virtuous conduct and virtuous character, virtuous life, and the result is here and now you benefit good name, good fame, love of people, and you are successful in any venture that you take up. You never suffer from fear or anxiety or anything like that. You are successful, you enjoy very good health. You live long life. These are here and now benefits you can see. So spiritual life is something that is definable, predictable, with here and now result. Unlike religion. Religion is unpredictable, undefinable, because it has become mixed up so much with commerce, with making money, with all kinds of worldly practices. That it's very difficult to separate the real religion from the false religion. The fact that in the name of religion so much of violence is going on throughout the world. One bomb strapped on your back, you go and just kill 1,000 people and kill yourself, all in the name of religion. You incite people in the name of religion to hate somebody who belongs to some other religion. You take up programs to convert in a large scale through political means, not through religious means at all. You grab political power and force your political opinion on a whole population. Now this is what happens in the name of religion. And it's happening here, everybody knows that. All of you know it. So we have to be wise now. The time has come when human beings must cultivate wisdom. And the wisdom is ability to find out what is right from what is wrong, what is real from what is unreal, what is essential from what is unessential. That is wisdom, here and now, practical wisdom. So the ability to have an insight into the reality of everything. You see. So that is wisdom, which is different from mere knowledge. Knowledge also enables us to intellectually know what is what. But mere knowledge doesn't enable us to overcome the wrong and stick to the right. But wisdom does that. It enables us not only to know, but also to overcome what is wrong, what is improper, what is false, and so on. So now, these two, Lord Buddha very clearly mentioned now, the middle path consists of, therefore, these two forms of one spiritual practice or pursuit. Pursuit of spirituality as distinct from pursuit of pleasure in the name of religion, or pursuit of pain, penance and so on in the name of religion. He says, instead of these two pursuits, take to the real pursuit, the pursuit of spirituality, spiritual pursuit, by which you undertake voluntarily, not that anybody forces that on you, but you on your own undertake two things. One, a training process, the other, a development process. And this training thing in the form of, let us say, a training in moral precepts. So spirituality begins with Panchashila. Let there be no doubt in the minds of anyone that without Panchashila there is no spirituality. So the fact that Lord Buddha prescribes as a very, very wise, skillful doctor a medicine which is applicable under all circumstances and for all diseases, a panacea, and that panacea, you see, is Panchashila.